Good morning, everybody. Today you're making roasted tomato tarts and caramelised onion tarts. These are perfect for like an entree or even just an afternoon snack if you're having people over. The first thing you need to do before you start is obviously you need to be wearing a nice clean apron. You should have your hair up. You should have washed your hands for 20 seconds in hot soapy water. And you also need to have removed the jewellery off your hands. You also will need some clean tea towels. I have a hand towel, 2 tea towels and a dishcloth. Once you've got everything prepared, you need to collect all of your ingredients and have good kitchen organisation. In this recipe, we're going to start with the caramelised onion tarts first, and then we will go on and do the tomato-based ones. First of all, though, we need to also make sure that you have 2 sheets of puff pastry, and they need to be out of the freezer, starting to defrost so that you can cut them up in a little while. So first of all, with the caramelised onion tarts, you need to get 1 large brown onion. I'm just going to trim off the end and remove that outer layer of brown skin. Make sure you have a scrap bowl handy so you can put all your scraps into your bowl, and that helps keep your kitchen nice and clean. Once you have peeled your onion, cut it in half, then lay the flat side surface down and just cut it lengthways, curl your fingers under and just cut nearly to the end, but leave that root end intact and slice back the other way. Push it to one side and then the other one. Now, I think the recipe says just to cut it into half circles, but I just think it's easier to eat it if it's diced. Okay, once you've cut up your onion, you can turn on your gas for your saucepan, just on a low heat, and you need to add 2 teaspoons of olive oil. I'm just going to guess, I don't have a teaspoon measurement here. And I'm going to add my onion. Stir that round. I'm going to put the lid on and just have that on a low heat, gently sauteing for a couple of minutes. Once that's sauteed for a couple of minutes, we're going to add a teaspoon of brown sugar, and that will help caramelise and sweeten up the onion, ready for our pastry. Okay, while that's cooking, I'm going to prepare the tomato tarts. You need a tablespoon of tomato puree and 2 teaspoons of tomato paste, and we're going to combine them together. Okay, you need 1 large Roma tomato, which I'm going to just trim off that end and then just slice into circles like this. Be careful if it's a little bit slippery, and push that to the side. 1 garlic clove. Trim off the end, peel it, and we'll grate it on the microplane grater, or you can crush it with a garlic crusher, totally up to you. Okay, 1 garlic clove, grated on the microplane grater. Sharp tap. Set aside. Don't forget to stir your onions. It's getting a little bit hot. Starting to burn a little bit. I don't want it to burn, so I'm just going to keep a bit of a closer eye on that. Okay, and then you need some olive oil, some olives, which I'm just going to slice into little circles. then we have some basil as well, which we need to chop. So just remove the leaves. Beautiful fresh basil, smells amazing. Just a bunch of that together. You'll need to wash yours. Mine's all been washed already. And some grated Parmesan cheese, finely grated. That's all ready to assemble. All right, I'm going to add brown sugar to my onion now. And that just needs to cook for another 2 minutes. That sugar will melt and give a really beautiful flavour. I'm just going to prepare my puff pastry. So first of all, you'll need to remove the blue plastic off the back. This is obviously a lot easier to do it once it's defrosted a little bit. And I'm going to cut it into 4 squares. Try and make it straight if possible. And you can sit those 4 squares straight onto your baking tray. Then with your other piece of puff pastry, again, remove the back. Just turning my onion off now because that's ready. Cut it into 4 squares again. And this time you're going to make these into little windows. So just cut down, along. And this will be the frame for your filling ingredients. And that sits directly on top of your first piece of square pastry that you've cut. Now if it's uneven, you could go along and just even them up a little bit. Okay, so that it looks like that. So do that for all 4. Once your onion's ready, you can pour that into another little bowl. Just give it a chance to cool down a little bit before you put it on the pastry. The heat from the onion will melt the pastry a little bit, so it's good to cool it down just a little bit first. Might be a good idea to put your saucepan in hot soapy water in your sink to let it soak, so it's easier to clean a little bit later. Okay, so there's my caramelised onion ready to go. Some feta cheese as well. With these extra bits of pastry, if you wanted to, you could just make little cheese and Vegemite squares, fold them over, or you could put some jam in it and fold them over and make a little sweet pastry tart. So don't waste the pastry squares, use them for something else and just bake them in the oven. With the feta, I'm just going to dice that up. Now, just like everything, clean up as you go, clear some space. You also need an egg wash. I'm actually going to do that now. Just going to crack the egg into a jug, place the shell into your scrap bowl, whisk the egg up till it's nice and smooth, then just using a pastry brush. If you don't have a pastry brush, you can just use your fingers. Just brush those 4 edges. This will make the pastry go nice and golden. Okay, to do the tomato tarts, I'm going to just put my tomato paste and tomato puree mixture directly and try and keeping it inside the window square. And that one. Then you can just assemble it how you wish. I'm going to try and make the presentation look nice. So I'm going to put them like that, and maybe just cut a couple of half pieces to fill in those corners. Then we top them with garlic. Just sprinkle a little bit of garlic on there. Spread that out a bit better. You could actually mix the garlic through the tomato puree, which would probably be nicer actually. Then your olives and your basil. So it's like a bruschetta, a pastry bruschetta, which is beautiful. You could even dice the tomatoes up if you wanted to. Okay, then your parmesan on top. A bit of black pepper is also nice on this. Finish it. To assemble the onion, you just place it directly on there. Still a bit warm, but if I do it at last minute, then pop it straight into the oven, it should be okay. Just push them in from the edges. And of course, you could add any combination of ingredients when you're making this. And finally, the feta can go on top of the onions. And that's it. Into the oven. My oven has already been preheated. You need to do that at the beginning. I forgot to mention that. I'll put it in the video notes. These now go into the oven for 20 minutes. Set your timer and clean up while they're cooking. Hey Siri, set timer for 20 minutes. Okay, so I've cleaned up and I thought I'd quickly just show you how to make these little raspberry jam squares. So with my leftover pastry, I've just put a little bit of raspberry jam onto the pastry square, fold it over and just press the sides together. And that's it. I've got leftover egg wash. I'll brush them as well and I'll put them in the oven. And these probably will only take 10 or 15 minutes. They can pop in the oven with the other ones on a separate shelf. All right? So do that with your leftovers. So I just got them out of the oven and they look amazing. Check these out. Okay, so we have the caramelized onion on the left and then the roasted tomato tarts on the right. Really yummy for a lunch, afternoon tea, entree, whatever you like. And as I said, you could use any topping that you like. You could make little mini pizzas as well. Have a great day, everyone, and I look forward to seeing your final products very soon. Bye.